everybody. Welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Beth.
And this is Jayme.
And we're just two oldish, youngish ladies thinking about some of the wild wellness trends we've tried over our decades of life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm shocked. As I started thinking about things, I'm like, am I a sucker? Am I easily fooled and influenced? Because some of this stuff, I'm like, Beth, this is wild that you tried this stuff to try and get quote unquote healthy.
I can't wait to hear what it is.
There's not just one, there are several things.
Really?
Yeah. There's like wellness stuff. And then there's kind of like fitness stuff too. That was a little bit just like, what was going on in the late 90s and early 2000s for me?
Okay. Maybe you're going to spark some memories for me because I have a few things that I can think of that I did, but I'm very curious.
Okay. I'm going to start off with a zinger, Buns of Steel on VHS.
I'm laughing because of the name.
It was a workout fitness thing.
That's right.
About building buns of steel. And I remember on the cover, it was this lady's butt. She had those big like butt indents on her butt, which they call them something now. I don't know. Body, whatever. But I just remember it was like just super cut and tan people with like kind of flat, muscular butts.
Yeah.
And I just remember like doing the exercise tape a couple times and it was very spandexy. I feel like there was a lot of hip thrusts, but I don't remember. And a lot of like scrunch socks. But just like trying to do that in the summer and get Buns of Steel.
Buns of Steel. Isn't that a hilarious name?
Just the name sold itself. It worked for people. You know, people definitely bought into it. I mean,
Did it work in terms of their butts?
I don't know. I did it twice, I think, and was like, this is too much. It's too intense for these buns. Yeah, that was a good one.
Too intense. I need a moment just to laugh. Oh my gosh.
It was fun.
Well, I think I've told you before, one of the things that I did. Okay, so here's the thing. Not all of these things are like old in terms of like what I've done or still do.
Yes.
We all know I've been on this deodorant thing.
Yes.
For like my whole adulthood. Mm-hmm. So that's not new.
No.
I still buy random clean deodorants or whatever with the hopes of it being a magical thing. They never are. I'm always disappointed and I will never give up. So
I think
that's what it is.
Your quest. It's your journey in life.
It is. It's one of them.
Yeah.
And it has been... You know, I've had people swear by their one that they love and I'll try it. And I'm like, no. And there's so much more. There are so many now that are out there and I keep trying them.
Well, I think
with no success.
I think it's really frustrating though, because I'll find a line that's a quote unquote clean line or whatever. And then it gets bought by some group, some conglomerate, and then they change the formula. And then it's not as clean, but it still looks clean because it was clean. You know what I mean? So it's really challenging sometimes to know what's what.
Yeah. I still go back to Kapari. It still has been my standby for a long time, like years and years. So I still do like that one, but I just feel like there's got to be something that's even like all these ones that I'm being targeted for their marketing. I just feel like they will, live up to the hype that people claim, and it's not true.
No. And there's honestly nothing, I'm just having a flashback. There's nothing like a natural deodorant that fails on you. I had one before and it reminded me of like a resin or something from like a violin, that color. And I remember wearing it and then all of a sudden one day it stopped working and the herbalness of it mixed with my body odor to make something close to napalm. I mean, it was rough.
Well, and I always feel like I have to strategically plan when I'm going to experiment.
Oh, yeah.
And there's never a good time. There's never a good time to be like,
maybe I'll have today.
I'm going to smell
it's fine.
Horrible.
I love it. Yeah, it's always awkward for sure.
So there's that for me.
Okay.
The wellness trend.
Okay.
Although a lot of like mainstream ones are saying that they have zero aluminum and stuff in their formulas now. I just haven't tried those ones because I'm like, you're still full of other chemicals.
But I'm like, everything's chemicals. So just figuring out the ones that work not great for you or best for you or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have always been on like a journey to like be healthier and like lose weight. I've always been chubby. I've always had challenges, blah, blah, blah. And if anybody comes up and like, just diet and exercise, I'm gonna tell you, just walk away from me, because been there, done that by this list. It's wild. One of the things I got when I was in college on CD was hypnotist CDs that helped you to lose weight. And it was a whole program. I bought it off an infomercial, I'm pretty sure.
Did you get hypnotized?
It was, I don't think so, but it was these CDs that you listen to that was like tranquil, like music. And it said, don't listen to while you're in the car and blah, blah, blah. And it was this giant CD set. And you start off at like one CD, and you like worked your way through. And literally it was like wave sounds and stuff. And this person would talk to you in this very like soothing voice. And I listened to it at night and then fell asleep. And it was supposed to help rewire your brain to have better relationship with food and not crave things. It did not work. I'm pretty sure it cost me $150. And I sold it on eBay.
Which back in the day,
that was money.
Yeah.
And I sold it on eBay years later. But I flash back to that, and I'm just like, what? And I was in college. I'm like, what were you doing? You didn't have that kind of money to be spending on this kind of stuff, but that's what I did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I tried the Whole30. I did a Whole30.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good. I think that it's still a good thing. It's essentially just eating whole foods.
Mm-hmm.
And you cut out sugars, and you cut out there's like a whole list of things that you cut out. So like you also cut out legumes and stuff like beans, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember. I just know that I read the book and I was like, I'm going to do this. And I did it. And I was super strict about it because they say that the whole thing is that you eliminate all these things and then you gradually introduce them to see how your body reacts.
Yeah.
Well, if you eliminate them, but then you add one in just here and there, like that's when you have to start your 30 days again.
Oh.
So that you are literally without it for 30 days.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't want to do this longer than 30 days. And it was challenging, but it was also expensive because I bought a lot of really healthy food.
Yeah.
And
dude,
it wasn't
organic.
Cheap.
Oh, yeah.
It was not cheap.
Mm-mm.
And so anyway, I did that for 30 days once.
Okay. I have had a fascination, I guess, with cleanses. I have several here I need to tell you about. So the first was a lemon juice and cayenne pepper cleanse that I heard about, which was very popular, I think, in like the 2009-ish, 10s, that era,
okay,
not
yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
I think I lasted one sip, and then I was like, absolutely not. Right out of college, again, no money. I spent $250 on this super cleanse that you had to take like, I don't know, 50 supplements a day. And you had to drink this kind of stuff that looked like mud. And it was supposed to, the claim was that your body was quote unquote full of toxins and your intestine was full of crap. And you would drink this thing and it would bind all the toxins together in your small intestine. And then you would poop it out in such a way that it would be like you were supposed to have a poop stick to like kind of like look at it and examine. And I spent, again, $250 on this thing. And I started looking at it and I was like, I want to do this. And so I literally kept it for probably 5 years. And I moved it around with me to different locations.
And you never used it?
I never used it because it was like the sludge was real sludge. And you basically had to eat like no processed foods, like no wheat, nothing, no dairy, nothing. You're eating fruits and vegetables on it. And then just drinking the stuff that was supposed to make you poop in a real unique way. And that was a whole thing. Then I decided that I needed to become vegan, gluten-free. And in order to jumpstart that, I bought a juicer and I did a juice cleanse for not 30 days. I would have died. I did it for like 3 days. Only juice. It was rough.
I believe
it was rough on the bowels. It was rough on my psyche. It was rough on my energy. Like I almost didn't make it. And I was doing all my own juice too. So it cost a fortune because like when you buy a lot of produce and then juice it, there's not a lot left.
Right.
And it was so intense. But it did lead me to like, I did go gluten-free vegan for like years and years and years. And then a few years ago, I was like just kind of feeling like not great. So I'm like, I'm going to do another juice cleanse, but I'm like, I'm not going to juice this time. So I bought all the juices and I took time off work because I learned my lesson from the last time that you do not want to just be living in the world doing a juice cleanse like that.
Right.
So I was like fasting and juice cleansing at the same time. Again, I spent another like $200 to have like 7 juices a day. They were delivered to my house and it was awful. horrible.
I'm so
and
sorry.
I just am to the point now where I can't even look at a juice. It's too much. And I don't know what my compulsion is with juice cleanses and thinking I need to cleanse my body every once in a while. But just catch me in 2 months when I'm like, you know what, Jayme? It's time for a cleanse. Because it's just like something that is ingrained into me to like, I need a juice cleanse.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And they've never really helped anything other than just like maybe being slightly more hydrated and having very clean bowels.
Yeah, well, that could be a really good thing.
I mean, I didn't have a problem before though. So it just made them squeaky. So.
I think I told you about my no shampoo like month or two. It was like, no, it was not a month. It was like a year or something.
Yeah. It was a
very long time. So for whatever reason, I probably read stuff about not washing your hair with shampoo, but washing your hair with baking soda.
Mm-hmm.
And only baking soda and scrubbing that in and like scrubbing your hair with that. And then rinsing it out, putting in apple cider vinegar as your conditioner. And that's it. And I did that. I did that for a very long time.
Until one fateful day.
One fateful day when I got my hair cut and they like sprayed my hair to get it damp to cut it. And all I could smell was apple cider. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing and gross. And I was like, why am I doing this?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of this is why am I doing this?
Yeah. And so now I don't wash my hair every day. I still go, several days in between washes, but I use shampoo.
Yes.
So not going to do the baking soda vinegar thing.
I used to do a raw egg in my hair.
Wow.
To add protein back because I read about it in a teen magazine. That happened for years. Like I wouldn't do it all the time, but every once in a while I would just like wash my hair with a egg, which if you've ever done that, it is disgusting and it makes your hair feel like straw. It was horrible. And then I think one time I'm pretty sure I also did a mayo like conditioner once. Again, just use real products. Use products that have been designed to meet those needs. Because like neither one of those
mayonnaise and eggs, they don't belong in your hair.
I would say no. Absolutely not. It was so drying and so gross. I'm having such flashbacks to like trying to like get all the egg out. And especially because I didn't wash it afterwards. You're just trying to get all that, rinse it out.
And the smell?
The smell wasn't as bad as the texture. It felt like my hair was like, if you've ever swam in like a chlorine pool and not washed your hair. And that's what it felt like, but like 10 times worse. It was awful.
That's not good.
No. And it did nothing for my hair. Just saying. Ugh.
Did you ever hear about oil pulling or try oil pulling?
I've read about it and I thought I should try this and I couldn't.
I did.
Oh.
I did it. I did it for like, I don't know how long. It wasn't that long. It was probably a couple of weeks. But you put oil in your mouth like first thing in the morning and then you swoosh it around and you like slowly like suck it between your teeth like in and out. And you have to keep the same oil in your mouth for 20 long minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It's a very long time. Or maybe it's only 15. But it is only 15 is a very
That's a long
time to have the same oil like swooshed, like pulled, swished around your mouth for so long. And I think it does work in that your teeth do actually feel really clean after that.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to naturally whiten them or whatever. But it was really gross. And it was a big time commitment.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't talk. You couldn't, not that I have to talk every minute, but you couldn't. Yeah. It was very limiting.
Yeah.
And it was a big commitment. And it was just too much. It was just too much. And so I stopped. But I did do it for a while.
Okay, that one's a good one. I did a Tae Bo for a minute. Do you remember Tae Bo?
Yes.
If anybody's not familiar, it was this like intense kickboxing class that, again, you got on the VHS. And by this Billy, I think his name was, I can't remember, this bald guy named Billy. And you would just be going at it, kicking your leg up and up and up and up. I didn't last very long. It was very challenging. And then I also was into hip hop abs.
Oh.
And I didn't buy it, but I would watch the infomercials a lot and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to hip hop my abs out.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was very gimmicky, but I mean, it's like any of those dance aerobic tapes. Like they're just It's like my dad used to have Sweatin to the Oldies with Richard Simmons. I remember watching that sometimes. Here's me. This is essentially how I used to work out. Yeah. I would put it on and I'd have some kind of workout outfit on. I'd start it and then I'd get bored or thought it was stupid and I'd just sit and watch it,
That's actually really funny. So one of the most recent ones that I could think of was oil cleansing. So I did like the oil pulling with the teeth, but the oil cleansing is when you just use oil to wash your face.
Okay.
And I was talking to a friend about it. She told me about it and I was like, what? And so anyway, I started with I think I just used olive oil because it's what I had. Mm-hmm. And I actually really liked it. I really liked it because I used to have a ton of little bumps on my forehead. Mm-hmm. And they weren't ever zits. They wouldn't ever really turn into zits, but they would never my forehead was never without these bumps. Mm-hmm. And I started using oil to wash my face and they went away for like the first time in my life, other than when I was pregnant. When I was pregnant, my skin was the best it's ever been in my life. But then they would always come back. And so I started with just the oil that I had. And then I started to look for a product that was just a little bit nicer than my kitchen olive oil. Mm-hmm. And I found a company called Primally Pure, I think. Anyway, their skin regimen or whatever you call it, routine, is an oil-based cleanser. And that is what I've been using for years. And I really, really like it because I have really oily skin. And for whatever reason, that works the best for my skin. And I really, really like it.
Nice. Well, that was a good find.
It was a good find. It was actually like a success. Like I'm still doing it, but I'm not doing just the straight up olive oil anymore. Although it still worked for my skin. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like it's similar to like double cleansing because most of those products are like you start off with an oil-based something to break down your makeup and then rinse it off with something else. So it sounds somewhat similar.
Well, and I use like a microfiber cloth to kind of get the oil off.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come off with just water.
Yeah. It's going to be on there. Uh-huh. I think one of the things I get suckered into a lot are like paying people to tell me like things. So like going to like, I'm not saying like every person's like this, but I've been to lots of nutritionists, lots of naturopaths, lots of different types of providers that may or may not have been accredited in a way that to give it good advice. And some definitely felt like more, not great than others. And I just know I've spent so much money on random supplements in my life of people like, you need to take this, drink this like powdered algae. That's the thing that's going to make you feel better. Because I feel like I'm always fighting fatigue and just different things. And it's just like, if I could have all the money back that I've spent on supplements that did not work or I ended up not taking or all this weird stuff, you'd
have a down payment
for a house. Like it is ridiculous how many supplements I've taken. And most of them never helped with anything, which is the most unfortunate thing. Because you're just trying. And I think especially like the U.S. healthcare system is so challenging. And you're just trying to like do the best by your body and figure things out. And it's just like so frustrating when you like invest so much and you're like, this literally did nothing.
Yeah.
Like, but whatever. You don't know until you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now I'm a little depressed on like how taken I've gotten, but it could be worse. I could be grinding up crystals and eating them or something,
It's true. It could always be
It's always worse. Yeah.
It could always be
I could have a jade egg somewhere where we don't talk about right now.
Oh my.
People do that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Up the hoo-ha. And I have like all these scientist friends and people that are into things. And somebody brought up a great point. Like they're porous. Like things absorb into them. Like don't put that in your body. I was like, oh, I didn't think about. I mean, I didn't put it in my body. I also like one of the most interesting wellness things I saw, and it was like where you would get your hoo-ha steamed.
What?
Like you sat on this special chair, and there would be like a pot of something like herbs and stuff, and you would steam your hoo-ha. That was another one. When I was 16, I was very desperate to get rid of my like acne and stuff. And like, I remember seeing someone that said if you put urine on your skin, like your first morning urine.
Oh no.
And I debated and debated. I'm like, maybe I should just try it. And I could not bring myself to pee on a towel and put it on my face. But it was one of those things I was like, that was one step too far for me.
I would consider though, because
I was really considered because I was desperate.
No,
yeah.
It's hard.
It's really hard. And it was a different era in, 1995, 96. But yeah, it's just like I just love a good, like, maybe this could work kind of thing.
There's so much out there now.
There's so much out there.
And we have so much, like, we're just constantly, I feel like, bombarded with ads for all this stuff all the time.
I feel like you're very targeted. I don't see the ads. I just see the TikToks because I'm on Crystal Girly TikTok sometime. And I know in my heart that, like, Beth, you don't need to start buying crystals. But I also know there's power in belief. So it's just like, maybe I do.
Yeah.
Maybe I do need the Goop crystal water bottle that infuses the water with, amethyst for whatever reason. I don't know.
I know. It's hard to discern sometimes, like, and sources matter, but it
so matters. My mom and I almost set our house on fire. So, like, we were being stupid, but like we read about these things that were like there were these ear cones that were like these like wax paper ear cones, and you would burn them, and it was supposed to pull all the wax out. And do all this
ear
crazy
candles.
stuff.
I've done that.
Yeah,
you don't think it works?
It did not work, and our dumbasses did it in bed, which was not smart because my mom was trying to lay down and the flame got too much because we didn't know what we were doing, and it flew onto the bed and started almost the bed on fire. Again, this was user error. Then we moved to a safer place, but we never got it to work in a real way. It never
I actually want to try those again.
Did what it was supposed to do. It was one of those things I was like, if it works for you, it works for you. It did not work for me. But it was definitely one of those like things that came in and out of fashion, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, everybody's trying XYZ now. It's like charcoal toothpaste or whatever it is. And then everybody stops doing that thing. So
There's always something.
There's always something.
And it all costs money.
It all costs money, time, energy,
effort.
Effort.
The baking soda and apple cider vinegar were pretty inexpensive.
It cost you scent. It cost you a smell, possibly a stench. So it all comes at a cost.
It's true. Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.